In previous chapter, we have used a switch to receive an input. We have to monitor the switch press action in our program. Thus the program is tied up to do only one work of monitoring the external event. Interrupts are used as a way to avoid wasting the processor's valuable time in polling loops, waiting for external events. Imagine you are sitting at home watching a movie on DVD. Your parent asks that you take out the garbage. You hit pause on the remote, take out the garbage, go back to the couch and hit play. The movie resumes right where you left off. An interrupt is when the processor immediately stops what it is doing and heads on over to some other code segment when something happens. This something can be triggered internally or externally, such as when a key pressed, timer counts down to 0, the analog to digital converter has a result for you, etc. Mega32 has 21 types of interrupts. The number of interrupts and their types will change from one microcontroller to other microcontroller. If we convert our previous example of LED on/off when key is pressed, we have to use external interrupt request 0 or 1 or 2. Similarly, USARTRX complete interrupt will alert you as data is received over serial communication. Now the question remains is how to use these interrupts using whenever source code. To use interrupt for Mega32, you should follow a 3-step procedure. First step is to enable a global interrupt. By this you instruct Mega32 about your intention to use it interrupt feature. Here have not indicated as which particular interrupt will be used in your application. This can be done by writing a single line code as indicated in blue text on your screen. Next step is to enable a particular interrupt. In our case, external interrupt 0 will be used. To specify this, another single line of code will be sufficient. This step is indicated in brown color on your screen. The last step is to take an action as and when interrupt occurs. This is called as interrupt handler. Interrupt handler for external interrupt 0 is shown in green color on your screen. Parameter inside the round bracket indicates that the handler is for interrupt 0. You can use similar other values for respective interrupts. You may refer iom32.h file under whenever installation folder for details of the various parameters to be specified inside the round bracket for rest of the interrupts. Remember that iom32.h file should not be modified. To use external interrupt, you have to connect the switch to PD2 pin of Mega32. This is mandatory because Mega32 will wait for external interrupt 0 to occur at PD2 pin only. We have made one change to the circuit. Instead of PD0, we will be using PD2 pin to connect the switch. Rest of the circuit remains same. If you are using AVR LIP experiment board with this course, you need not to alter anything as the switch is connected to the interrupt pin. You may refer the schematics of AVR LIP. If you are using EDT family of experiment boards, you will have to reconnect the switch to PD2 pin. Let's see the whole source code for this application. This code replaces the earlier application used for input-output demonstration. Here we have included additional file named interrupt.h. Also declared a global variable status. We have inserted a definition for SBI and CBI functions. As interrupt feature is used, we need not to specify the direction for PD2 pin. This will be taken care internally by Meg.